In this video help tutorial, we're going to cover the last two things that need to be covered. That's the employee screens, and we're going to bob up here to the booking calendar, and I'm going to explain what that is. So let's go to the booking calendar first. In the booking calendar, in your business, where you have a situation where you use the main calendar at the beginning of the screen, that takes care of all the client-related information that you have to manage and schedule. This calendar is for your business itself. This is like the thing we talked about where you have expenses. Well, these are the personal things that you need to schedule, where if you have a Google account, you can have a Google Calendar and you can schedule different things. Like there may be service on your buildings, there may be certain things that are related to like taxes that are due, or calendar events that you want to put in there that are related only to your business and not to your clients. And this gives you the option too of having Gmail and other things that are right on this screen within your app, so you don't have to go outside. Let me pull this up a little bit and show you this. There is a little thing at the bottom where you can pick a language. If you want to see this in a foreign language, there's a screen here that you can pop up. It's a little hard to get to, but it's down at the bottom of the screen where you can actually go and change the information at the bottom of the screen. This is how you do it. You pop it up. Okay. So let's jump over and we're going to navigate now to the employee screen. And in the employee screen, what we're doing is we're creating a new record in here where you would go tap, add record, and you'll be adding a record for each employee that is working within your organization. And this is where you want to track and manage different things that are related to individual employees. There may be their working hours and the times they're supposed to be working, or there may be some kind of an event where they will show up and, for example, maybe they're going to have a party or a wedding or something like that at one of your locations, and you want to schedule people in to go ahead and do that. This also helps you with if you're paying your employees or they're volunteering for stuff or whatever, you can manage the information as far as what you're doing as far as the work assignment and what is related to actual labor hours as opposed to something they're volunteering to do. And in some business, you actually have people that come and volunteer, but you still need to schedule them. So once again, what you do is you create a new record for an employee. It'll automatically give an ID, and then you put in their name and then what their position is. It might be management supervisor or worker, or whatever you assign to that person. And then there would be a list view for each of your employees where you can go to each one of them if you want to and click on it, and you would see the different employees that you're working with. The next thing we're going to be looking at in this report, and also for employee screens, let's go down here, and it's the portal for the individual worker. And in here, what you can do is if you had to delete a record for a row record and you had information in it that was not really required, or it was a blank record that only had the date in it and that was improper and you didn't want to put it in there, you can go ahead and just delete it. And then you could look back in your listing to make sure that it's gone. Let's go ahead and do the next one. The next one is the employee schedule list. And what this does is it runs all the individual things that you're putting in your reports by the person, and then it gives you the date and the time and work assignment that they're going to have to do. And this is something where you can actually do a find, and either find by name and then print out a report for that particular employee. And then you could hand it to them to show them the schedule or things that they're volunteering to do or whatever it may be as far as the work assignments that are concerned. And it also does, in this area, you can have them, in respect to what they're supposed to be doing, understand what that particular assignment is for. So these are just test records. And as I said all along, if you or understand that these are example records, and when I do the application, there's a good chance that this area will be blanked and go all the way back to 0. There will be no employees, and you'll be sitting at the first one. When you add the first record, you will see that this screen will not allow you to do anything until you create a new add record. And this is true throughout the entire application. So you have to make sure that when you're working within the application and you come to a screen and it's all blank, it's not that there's any damage or something's missing that needs to be there. You need to add a new record. In fact, if you came in here and this was all blank in here and you clicked, chances are it's going to come up with a dialog and says you can't start until you add a new record. And that's where you have to go to the Do Action menu to create your new record. And the other part of it is I want to point out, when you're in the booking over here and you have the popovers, all of these records, popovers in here, can actually create the child records from the parent. This is the parent record. So if you're working on a payment and you go in and do a payment, you don't have to go to the payment portal to create it. In fact, you don't want to. You want to actually create it here in the booking record, and that way it'll create the payment record for you. Same thing goes for assignments, listings, and if you go to the room setup, basically if you have all your rooms in and you just want to edit them, this is a fast way to go in there and just click on them and edit them. But I wanted to go back and recover that same thing and explain that you need to be able to create the records in the booking screen and don't go to the individual records to do that. For example, even if I wanted to put a room photo in and I went scrolling down through the different rooms, you'll see that there are the rooms in here. Each one is in here. It's not just one. It's all the ones that you assign, and you'd have a image that you can put in from this area for each one of them. Okay, this is the point where if you have questions and you've completed all the videos, you want to go back, and if you took any notes, go ahead and contact us and ask us questions. And in the future, we really appreciate it if you see something that you think would be an enhancement to the application. You want to go ahead and contact us and see if you can have that done as a custom app if you require a custom app. And that is something that's covered in the developer site. You go over to the applications, custom applications, drop down in the main menu on the developer site, and you can read about how to get custom apps done. Thank you.